What should we give Sebastian Vettel? Why don't we just give him a 2-second penalty? Maybe a 1. Maybe not a penalty at all. What should we give him? I'll tell you what we'll give him. We'll give him a 5-second penalty. Yes. 5-second penalty. For basically costing Valtteri Bottas second place. Because that's what would have happened. That's where Bottas probably would have finished. Mercedes has got the power engine and the turbo. And most likely, Bottas would have got second place. But I'll tell you what we do. You plough in the back of Valtteri Bottas' car. Yes, Sebastian Vettel. You plough in the back of Valtteri Bottas' car. And we'll just give you a 5-point penalty. 5-second penalty. That's a time penalty. That's all we'll give you. 5 penalty. 5-second time penalty. What is going on with the FIA? The FIA are a complete joke. Yes, a joke. Ayrton Senna was right when he said it all them years ago. That the FIA are just politicians. Because that's all they are. It's just politics. Sebastian Vettel knew he didn't have the car to beat Valtteri Bottas. The qualifying showed. And practice showed. Practice and qualifying showed that Vettel was not good enough to beat Valtteri Bottas. So what did he do? Because Valtteri Bottas got the best of him on the first corner, he ploughed in the back of him. Right in the back of Valtteri Bottas' car. He should have got a 20-second penalty. Never mind a 5-second penalty. And to round it off, this is the most funniest thing I've ever witnessed in Formula 1. What do they go and do? They'll go and give him driver of the day. Yes, Sebastian Vettel. Yes, Sebastian Vettel gets driver of the day. If that was Lewis Hamilton, and Lewis Hamilton done that to Valtteri Bottas, or Lewis Hamilton done that to Daniel Ricciardo, or Lewis Hamilton done that to Vettel, I'm sure they probably would have gave him a 30-second penalty, or would have been black flagged out of the race. FIA, you are a joke. The FIA are a joke. They all should be fired. All fired. I can't believe it. What I witnessed today. It should have been a Mercedes 1 and 2. But no. What did Vettel do? All I'm going to do, I'm going to plough in the back of Valtteri Bottas' car. Because I can. And I know the FIA are only going to give me a 5-second penalty. Point penalty. Time penalty. Whatever he got. And then after, I'll give him driver of the day. What a joke. I really feel sorry for Valtteri Bottas. I feel for him, man. He had the perfect weekend. He was good in practice. He was the second fastest in qualifying next to his teammate, Lewis Hamilton. They had lockout grid 1 and 2. They had the perfect start. But Vettel couldn't handle it, could it? His ego could not handle it. Yes, his ego could not handle it. that Valtteri Bottas had the better of him all weekend. And when he took out Valtteri Bottas himself and other drivers as well. It caused a big smash up at the beginning of the race, ruining the race for a lot of drivers. Don't get me wrong, I like carnage, but only if it's like accidental, whatever. But this was deliberate in my book. Vettel ploughed in the back of Valtteri Bottas' car, and in my opinion, he meant to do it. He meant to do it. And if you don't agree with me, I don't care. It's my opinion, my channel. If you don't like it, get your own YouTube channel. Grab a mic and state your opinion. If not, I don't care. If you're with me, good. If you're not with me, I don't care. I'm stating my opinion. This is my channel. The real channel. Solo P1. All you're going to get here is the truth. You won't get no bullshit on this video. It's never going to happen. I'm as real as it gets. I might have a 14, 15 subscribers, maybe a bit more. But then people are following me. They know who I am. They followed me for a while and they know I'm real. And what you get here is complete truth. Vettel, driver of the day. What a joke. Now I'm going to get into the race. I'm not going to go through it all. Just a few bits. The bits what stood out for me. It started. The two started. You had Lewis Hamilton and Sebastian Vettel. 1 and 2 lockout. Third, you had Vettel. The race starts. First corner. Vettel takes Bottas out. Boom, gone. Straight away there's a crash. Bottas gets a puncher from Vettel. Yes, from Vettel. Vettel punches his nose on his car. Smashes his nose up. Because of smashing into the back of Valtteri Bottas' car. Bottas gets a puncher. They both go into the pit lane. Vettel gets the pit first, so he had the advantage of being ahead of Valtteri Bottas. All the times, I guess. All the times. Nice and calculated, yeah. Nice and calculated. Bottas comes in the pit after Vettel. And they both go out. Vettel's at the back. Bottas is at the back. But as the race was going on, you know the score. Vettel caught up some time. Passed a few of the cars. Well, passed most of the cars. Got himself up to 7th place. Bottas had a little bit more trouble. I don't know why. Maybe he's still gutted about that Vettel smashed into the back of his car. And only got a 5-second penalty. Time penalty. Still can't get over that, man. Ocon out of the race for Force India. Pierre Gasly, Toro Rosso. A Frenchman. Pierre Gasly, hometown boy. Out of the race straight away because of that big crash what went on between Vettel and Bottas. Pierre Gasly. Both Frenchmen out. Ocon, Force India, and Pierre Gasly, hometown boys, out of the race. What is it with these hometown guys? It seems like as soon as they get to the hometown of the F1, something happens. The bad luck just rains down on them. Because that's what it seems like to me. Same thing in Canada when you had the Canadian boys. Bad luck, man. Bad luck. Then you had Roman Grosjean. He's always getting himself in trouble. Roman Grosjean, under investigation. And in the end, he got himself a 5-second time penalty. He gets a 5-second time penalty, which he deserved. But Vettel, he only gets a 5-second penalty for smashing in the back of Valtteri Bottas's car. Deliberately. Because it was deliberately. 5-second penalty for one, 5-second penalty for the other. And obviously, Vettel's one was a lot more severe, a lot more worse than Pierre Gasly. Now, them Roman Grosjeans, but they both get 5-second penalty. That's the FIA for you. Complete and utter cretins. Then you had Sorokin, under investigation, going too slow behind a safety car. Have you ever heard anything like this before? You get a 5-second penalty. They're just giving that 5-second penalty today, aren't they? The FIA said, well, I'll tell you what we do. We give everybody 5-second penalties. What about 10-second penalties? What about 15? How about black flagged? Black flagged? Yes. Vettel should have got black flagged. Out. He should have been out of the race. But anyway, he gets a 5-second penalty for going too slow behind a safety car. Jesus Christ. The F1, it's getting like the WWE. That's no joke. It's getting like the WWE. Too many rules, man. Too many rules. Just like Ayrton Senna said all them years ago. Just like Niki Lauda said all them years ago. Just let them drive, man. Let them drive. Just drive. Wanna be the only one to make you feel alive. I've got to sing to cheer myself up, man. I'm pissed off. I'm pissed off the way the FIA are dealing with these races. They're just politicians, man. Just put them in 10 Downing Street. They run the country, man. They're politicians. Because that's what they are. Then you got Perez. Force India, having a great race it was. Great race for Force India, Perez. And what happened? Lap 30, he goes into the pit, and then his engine blows up. Engine failure. He's having an engine failure in the pit lane. He probably thought he was going there to get his tyres changed, go back out there, because he was having a great race. So what happens? He goes in to the pit lane, and then he finds out he's not getting back out the pit lane. He's staying in the pit lane. Because his engine's broke. Engine failure from Force India. It was one of those days today, man. 2018 French Grand Prix. Personally, I don't like the track. I don't like the layout. I don't like the colours all around the side of the track. Don't like it. Zigzag, zigzag, zigzag. You can get high off them lines, man. You look at them lines. It gives you like hypnotised. I don't like it. I don't get why they got that little middle in the. I heard next year they're gonna have a straight run. I don't know what turn it is. They're gonna have a straight one. Have a straight DRS zone. They got some circle thing they got to go around, which was pointless. The French Grand Prix hasn't been here for 10 years. Do you get rid of it so we don't see it for another 20 years? That's what they should do. I do not like this Grand Prix at all. I thought I did like Monaco. I don't like this one either. I don't like Monaco and I don't like this one. I don't like it. If you like it, good for you. I don't like it. And then all of a sudden, you got we've had incident after incident after incident all through the race. But you got Lewis Hamilton still in front, miles ahead of the pack. You had second, you had flipping Verstappen. And then third, obviously, you had Raikkonen. Good for Raikkonen, man. And got his back on that podium. I'm not sure if Raikkonen's going to be there next year. I hope he's good there next year. He's good for F1. I like his personality. With Raikkonen, you just keep it real, man. He just keeps it real. What you see with Raikkonen is what you get, you know. But moving on to the race. Towards the end of the race, Lance Stroll. Lance Stroll. He's had some bad luck through the years, hasn't he? For this season. You got Lance Stroll. Going all right, having a decent race. In my opinion, he was. Lance Stroll was having a good race. And Lance Stroll, he had, when I was talking about the hometown boy in Canada, his car broke down in Canada. Hometown boy, Canadian. Again, Williams car. He had Williams. Lance Stroll, lap 30. He gets a puncher. The Williams car gets a puncher. What do you expect me to say? You've heard all my reviews this season of the F1 about Williams. About how much I love the Williams manufacturer. How much I love the McLaren manufacturer. 2 British manufacturers in Formula 1. Flying the flag for the Brits. Obviously, you got the Red Bull. But obviously, you got a few Germans involved in the Red Bull. But Williams car, which is nothing wrong with that. German engineering is one of the best in the world. But you got the Williams car and then you got the McLaren car. 2 British engineers struggling. But anyway, and then that's what you had. Lance Stroll, puncher. Bad luck after bad luck after bad luck. How much can Williams take, really, of this bad luck? How much could go on with the Williams manufacturer? But anyway, he had a puncher, bit of debris come off his car. The safety car come out, it was a hazard. There was only 2 laps to go then at the time of the race. Hamilton was in front. So basically, it was basically over. They had 1 lap, clear the debris. The last lap, it was half a lap left. Hamilton just spinned off. He come first. Second was Verstappen. And third was Kimi Räikkönen. But I'll tell you something now. For me, I would have never gave Sebastian Vettel the driver of the day. I would have probably give it, my opinion, I would have give it to Kimi Räikkönen. That would have been me. I would have gave it to Kimi Räikkönen, not Sebastian Vettel. But that's the FIO for you. Okay? That's the FIO for you. It was a joke. A complete and utter joke. It was, I just couldn't believe it when it came up that Sebastian Vettel got driver of the day. Oh, God. I thought I was seeing things. I really thought I was seeing things. I thought, what? He can't get driver of the day, can he? Hold on. He crashed into Valtteri Bottas. He gets a 5 time penalty. Right? He gets a 5 penalty. And then he gets, and then they give him driver of the day. It don't even make any sense at all. So I'm gonna give you the way it finished. You had Lewis Hamilton for Mercedes in 1, 2 Max Verstappen in 2, second 2 for Red Bull, 3 Kimi Räikkönen for Ferrari, 4th Daniel Ricciardo, 5 Sebastian Vettel, 6 Kevin Magnussen, 7th Valtteri Bottas, 8th Carlos Sainz, 9th Nico Hülkenberg, 10th Charles Leclerc. A good showing from him. He's definitely going to be a future driver, but we'll see how it goes. He's definitely going to be hopefully be a future champion for him. He's the real deal, that's what they say. But we're going to see how it goes. Roman Grosjean, 11th. 12th, Stoffel Vandoorne. 13th, Marcus Ericsson. 14th, Brendan Hartley. 15th, Sergio Sorokin. 16th, Fernando Alonso. Fernando Alonso, what a shame for this guy. Fernando Alonso. He was last. He didn't finish, but he was at the last of the grid. He was at the end. He was there at the back because obviously the others came out. Lance Stroll, Sergio Perez, Esteban Ocon, and Pierre Gasly did not finish. Obviously Alonso didn't finish, but even when his car broke down, whatever, he was at the back. And bad times for McLaren. Alonso 14th, no 16th, 17th Lance Stroll, DNF. Sergio Perez 18th, 19th Esteban Ocon, 20th Pierre Gasly. DNF at the end. So that's it really. There's nothing more I can really say about this really. I just think that Valtteri Bottas, he got screwed. And another thing I forgot to mention as well is when Valtteri Bottas was in the pit lane, and they struggled with his car a bit. In pit lane, he was in there a few seconds longer. Maybe if he weren't in the pit that long, he would have came out in front of Vettel. But it's one of them, you don't know. You don't know what would have happened. Yeah, they kind of messed up on his car as well in the pit lane when Bottas went in to change his tyres. You know, I just think, you know, Bottas is working so hard to stay in there. And, you know, to stay with the... Because he's always got people... There's rumours going around that Mercedes are looking at Ricciardo and maybe Carlos Sainz. And, you know, he's fighting for his spot just like everybody else. But, you know, he deserved that win. You know, he deserved to get second at least. Lewis Hamilton had a press preview just finished. You know, like a press conference at the end. He was saying that Mercedes deserved a 1 and 2. It's a big thing for Mercedes, for any manufacturer really, when the drivers come 1 and 2 at the F1 at a race. It's very important, and and then he said that Valtteri Bottas, he got spoiled by Vettel, which it did. Let's face it, it did. And if you don't agree with it, you don't, whatever, mate, but it did. He should have got second place. He should have. And it was because of Vettel that he didn't, ploughing in the back of him. And that's it. And I don't care how you look at it. If you don't agree with me, I don't care if you don't agree with me. That's the truth, man. If you're a true F1 fan, you're not biased. You should not, you know, you should understand and know that Bottas would have got that second place if it wasn't for Sebastian Vettel. His ego could not handle it. That Bottas had the better weekend. And that is it. And that's it. Now, the next race will roll on in Austria. It's the second of the triple header. And that's a lovely track, Austria. Another power track, perfect for Mercedes, really suits Mercedes. And they'll probably be the favourites going into that. I don't know, but I could see the way they are now. I could see Mercedes pushing on. The engine's perfect. It's purring like a cat, ready to go. And this triple header. To me, this would define the season if Lewis Hamilton wins Austria and gets a win in Silverstone, which is probably definitely the favourite to win Silverstone. If he gets through them three and somehow Vettel gets 4th or 5th in all of them races, I think the season will probably be over then, in my opinion. I know the commentator's not going to stay and say, oh, there's a lot of points in it. There's a lot of points left. We don't know. But in their heads, deep down, they're probably thinking, if Hamilton gets through all this triple header, getting first, and somehow Vettel gets 4th and 5th in them 3 races, like he did today, you might as well say the season's over, and you're probably looking at a 5-time champion, Lewis Hamilton. That's just in my opinion. Look at the drivers' standings. You got Lewis Hamilton on top with 145 points. Vettel with 131 points. Ricciardo, 96. Valtteri Bottas, 92. So Ricciardo just passed Bottas now. Valtteri Bottas in the points. That'll probably change in the next race. I think Valtteri Bottas is gonna get 2nd or 1st place in Austria. That's just my pick, and then he'll leapfrog in front of Ricciardo then, probably. Kimi Räikkönen, 83 points. Max Verstappen, 68 points. Nico Hülkenberg, 34 points. Fernando Alonso, 32 points. Carlos Sainz, 28 points. Kevin Magnussen, 27 points. Pierre Gasly, 18. And Sergio Perez, 17. Esteban Ocon, 11. And Charles Leclerc, 11. Stoffel Vandor, 8. Lance Stroll, 4. Marcus Ericsson, 2. And Brendan Hartley, 1. And Roman Grosjean and Sergio Sorokin haven't scored any points. So that's how it looks. I'll go through the constructor. You got Mercedes on 237, Ferrari constructor champion. This is constructor points. Ferrari 214, Red Bull 164, Renault 62, McLaren 40, Force India 28, Haas 27, Toro Rosso 19, Sauber 13, and Williams 4 points. And that's it, really. That is my review of the 2018 French Grand Prix race. And it was a good race. It was okay. A lot of controversy, obviously, involving certain racers like Vettel. But anyway, we're moving on to Austria. And I'm looking forward to that race. It's one of my favourites. One of my favourite tracks. Nice power track. Yeah, that's it really. So, comment, subscribe. Leave if you don't agree with my review, what I just said. Put your comments below. I will reply. Follow me on Twitter, SoloP1, YouTube, SoloP1, and I stream a lot of games really. I stream a lot of games. All sorts of games, different games from Forza Motorsports, all car games really, sim racing games as well, Call of Duty, Assetto Corsa, Assassin's Creed, all sorts. It depends on my mood really, how I feel on the day. But I do stream. I'll be streaming Forza Motorsports today when I finish recording this video, so look out for that on Twitch. Follow me on Twitch. And that's it really. This is my review of the 2018 French Grand Prix race day. My thoughts, my final thoughts. Thank you very much, guys. Bye.